Yeah, I think so. The last couple of games has been pretty good.
What do you make of this? What's different about it? I mean, obviously you blocked plenty of shots last year, but never at this level. Is it a timing thing? Why are you so much better?
I think just more aware. Like, before in the past, it was like I was hesitant on going. Now I'm just going. Like Coach said, don't even worry about it. Just try to go block every ball. So that, I mean, that's what my game plan is coming in the game, is just go try to block everything.
For both guys, John spoke to us a lot this week about wanting to see this team play with more intensity. Did he say anything at halftime? And do you think he was happy with the intensity he saw in the second half?
Really, he said just pick it up a little bit more. Because we didn't come up with as much fire in the first half. So second half, we knew we really had to pick it up. And we just talked to each other and got in a little huddle and just told each other we need to pick it up a little bit more, and that's what we did.
Willie, knock on your game has been. Oh, my bad.
I think he was happier. You know, it still wasn't to where we needed to be, but you know, I think he was a lot more happy than the past. You know, the intensity level was higher than the last game, so I mean, that's really what we're focusing on.
Willie, knock on your game has been on the defense has always been great. Tonight, your offense was 15 points, a lot of good moves in the post. Does that come from your defense? Is it feeding your offensive game, feeding off defense? And what was working for you on the offensive game tonight?
I mean, it definitely feeds off the defense. Just flying around everywhere, and it makes it where like you're not thinking about the offense. And in the past, that's what I was doing, was thinking about like pre-thinking what move I need to do. Now it's just I'm reacting and just trying to go up.
Willie, after they started the second half of the three, I think.
Can you just wait for the
Willie, I just wondered, there was a sequence in the second half where you blocked back-to-back shots and then beat their bigs down the court for a dunk. What does that feel like to go through a sequence like that?
I was extremely hyped. It was a good feeling.
Willie, after they started with that three to start the second half, I think you had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks to sort of start that run. How cognizant are you of those moments now when the team sort of needs an energy spark? And James, how much do you guys feed off of the way Willie plays in those moments?
When Willie picks it up on defense, it just gives us the extra energy boost that we need, and we clap it up on defense, which really picks us up on defense.
I mean, a lot of it is just talking. You know, James, he reminds me a lot of the time. Come on, like on a dead ball, like, yo, let's talk it up. And then that's when we start clapping and talking it up. And then it just gets everybody else doing the same thing. And next thing you know, we got 5 guys talking and clapping and flying around. And, I mean, that's what it's all about.
So those things have never happened last year?
Very rarely.
Guys, a question for each one of you to answer. It's been 3 weeks since the loss. What do you think you guys have learned in the 3 weeks that's going to serve you down the road?
You can go ahead.
Just really communicating. We've been really just communicating with each other day by day. That's what's helping us. And that's what I think that's going to help us in the long run if we just keep communicating with each other on and off the court.
Just staying down in the defensive stance. We've been working on that a lot in the last couple of weeks. It's just playing 30 seconds at a time and staying down through the whole possession and talking. And that's came up a lot since the Michigan State game. And, I mean, we just keep on getting better. You know, every practice we get a little better at it.
Yeah, you guys get on the bus. Oops. Yes.
Coach, I'm just wondering what you think your team learned from this type of game, playing a neutral setting, place like this, NBA arena, young guys. What do you think you guys learned from this game?
Well, the thing that's happened is the people that have watched us, we haven't had the intensity of play. We haven't sustained effort. We've stopped on plays. And today we did better. Now, I don't know if you understand, Aaron Harrison is the one that changed the game because he went in and guarded Cotton in the second half, and he guarded him. He wanted to guard him. Andrew couldn't guard him. I mean, he kept stopping, getting hung up on screens. Aaron went in and just said, I'm guarding him. Now, Willie was great. James made his plays. I thought little Dominic Wilkins, or Dominic, did I say Dominic Wilkins? I'm wondering if he was even in the league when I was coaching in the league. Oh, my gosh. Dominic Hawkins went in, and he plays with confidence. He plays with defensive confidence. He plays with offensive confidence. He's not as talented as some of the guys, but I feel very comfortable putting him in the game.
Coach, you had Young, 5 of 7, 18 points, and Aaron, 7 of 9, 15 points. Very efficient games offensively. What did you see out of them, just the offensive game and the efficiency?
We didn't shoot as many threes. I told him Duran Lamb was the best three-point shooter that I've coached. And he was, the most he would take is 5. These guys are trying to get up 8 threes. We can't play that way. The second thing we did is, Kenny Payne has been all over me because I keep saying this is the best post-up team I've ever coached. And he said, well, then jam it in versus zone. Don't quit doing all this fancy stuff. Just throw it in there. And that's what we've been working on, and that's why we shot such a high percentage. And then what happens, our guards now have gaps to drive. They have kickouts for open shots. You know, and I still think Julius is getting roughed up a little bit, but he's so physical. I think they just say, hey, he's too big. We're not calling that. But I thought he did well. And then Willie. And if you, like you say, well, what is Willie doing different? He's playing harder, longer. He's never played this many minutes, and he never played that hard this many minutes. But he's practicing that way. He's pushing himself. He's pushing through comfort levels, and that's what I'm trying to get all these guys to do. We made a step up today. This was a good step, and we needed to. There were plays where we got up 10, 11, and it should have been 18, and then all of a sudden you turn around, it's 4. That's what freshmen do. But I was pleased overall that, you know. But what they did, 18 offensive rebounds. They make their free throws, and they don't turn it over. So you better shoot a high percentage or you're going to lose. They didn't turn it over much. They got 18 offensive rebounds and kept us off the glass. But one of the reasons we didn't rebound offensively, we made all the shots. We won a whole lot of misses. So, you know, we didn't have a whole lot of opportunities to offensive rebound.
John, if your team continues to build on the intensity that they played with in the second half, will they get to where you want them to be in March?
I don't know if they will, but I will tell you if they do that, I'm happy as heck, and I'll live with the result. I didn't look up at the score today probably for the first 12 minutes of the game because I'm going to come – I can't worry about winning and losing right now. I just have to worry about these guys playing the right way and playing with intensity and not stopping and talking and – you know, coming up with balls they should. And I'm trying to zero in on that and not worry so much about winning and losing. And I told them it's, you know, one of my faults because I've been a part of so many programs that have won so many. You just expect to win them, and you want to win them. And then you not only want to win them, you want to win them by 30. And if you don't shut out the other team, you're mad at your team because they didn't shut them out. It's goof. That's the stupid part of me. But like I told these guys, dragging these guys, and we got great kids. I mean, really do. I mean, they've all responded, and I'm on them. And they're responding. They're not, no attitudes. We don't have any of that. And I think they also know we could be special if we get this right. I loved how we ended the game today. We grounded out like a team that's been doing it for 2 years. We grounded out and made the plays and got fouled and made the bat. I mean, I was so proud of them, how they finished those last 4 minutes. You know, we got a chance.
Cal, how unique is December going to be for you guys in terms of getting you ready for March with the different styles you're going to see from all the opponents and playing in a venue like a stadium? How much is every piece of this schedule going to get you ready for the long haul?
Well, we've done everything to kind of ramp it up. you know, from the beginning, if you take out Michigan State, who we should not have played that early in the year with the young team that we have. But now you're talking Baylor, Belmont, Boise, North Carolina on the road, Louisville. I mean, you can lose them all. There are teams that you could lose every game. And what we're trying to do is just keep throwing a little bit more at these guys each time and see what they're coming up with. And I'm learning about our team, how we have to play. I still haven't figured this team out. Our practices, what these guys have said, has gone back to 8th grade stuff. We do wall sits. You remember where you were at camp and they got mad at you and they told you to sit on the wall for 10 minutes till your legs shook? Well, we're doing wall. Instead of talking to my team in the film room, they go against the wall and they sit and they have a 50-pound bag that they move down. There's 2 of them that come to the middle and then go back. Well, why would I do that? Because I can't get them to get in a defensive stance. I can't get them to get down. So at least for 7 minutes in the game, I know they're down. And then you have lane slides, and we're competing, and then we're doing. You remember when you were taught? Any of you ever play basketball? Where you were taught to defend with your hands behind your back? You remember that? So that's what we're doing now. And they think this is it's like an aha moment. They're, Coach, this is the greatest thing. It's making me move. No one ever did this to you? Would you play zone your whole life? And so we're doing stuff like that, which is 8th grade stuff. So what? It's where we are. I went way too fast early. We are where we are right now. But the good news is they're taking it. They're getting better. It was funny, I was telling that story to somebody, and it's like being back at 5-Star and having Station 13, and we're doing station work, and we're going to Morning Mini Meltdown. We're doing all this teaching to get these guys to understand these 5 or 8 things you must be able to do to play this game. So.
Coach, with all the work that you're trying to do, trying to get this young team to get better quickly, does it affect you at all when there are rumors and reports at all speculating on your future?
I don't listen to any of it, and I don't think my team does. And it's every year I've ever coached, I've been, if there was a college job open, I was going there, a pro job, a high school job, I was taking every job going, and I just don't buy into it. The greatest thing for me, it took me 20 years to get a job like Kentucky. It took me 20 years to get a job like Kentucky, where guys had jobs for 20 years, and it took me 20 years to get a job like this. And then we get the job, and all of a sudden, you know, we're doing great academically. We had a 3.4 grade point average last term. For 3 years, we've been a B average as a team. We've graduated 10 players, 10 in 4 years. So it's not at the expense of academics, but we have 17 players drafted, 9 in the first round, 2 first-round picks. And I'm able to do that and help families win games and do what the university wants me to do. And all I want to do is be about players first. And I want to challenge them and not be afraid to challenge them, put them on a stage. This is like you're putting them in, I'd say Carnegie Hall, but it's, you know, it's the stage you want to be on. And I'm able to sit there and say, okay, here we go. And I'm proud of Willie Cauley. No one knew Willie Cauley. Well, he only gets one and done guy. No one knew Willie Cauley. Look at Willie, look at Eric Bledsoe. I mean, you know, all of a sudden what's happened is they come here and they're able to reach their dreams and change. You know, you're talking about, I say this all the time, you have kids that have first college graduates in their families, and we have a chance to rectify that. Now all of a sudden you have generational poverty. Their family's been in poverty their entire existence, and all of a sudden that all changes. And I have an opportunity to do that more than any place I've ever been. And I love working at UMass, and I love working at Memphis. This is a different deal on a lot of fronts. So all the stuff about, you know, you just think, it took me 20 years to get this job, 20. And, you know, I'm not, now I'll say this, I don't know how long I can stay in this seat and live. I'll be honest with that one. But right now I'm having fun doing it. I don't feel everybody says our fans are crazy. Our fans are crazy. But they don't expect us to win every game, and they don't expect us to win the championship. They want us to be in the hunt. We've won 8 in 110 years. We haven't won 100 in 110 years. We won 8. And so, yeah, they want you in the hunt. They want you in the hunt for recruits and all that. We are. So I think we got the greatest fans. How about this one? Cleveland State has us and plays a great game. Do you know our fans gave them a standing ovation when they left the court? Gave them a standing ovation. Didn't boo them. Standing ovation our fans gave them. And that's why I said this is a unique place. And, you know, I'm going to run it out and have some fun with it and hopefully do some great things for kids. And the university's happy with what's happening for them. And then we'll see.
John, how well is Willie fulfilling the shot block role, and how key is that to the overall approach?
Well, he's in good enough shape that he can continue to play. There have been times before he'd just stand there and let the guy drive in and like hold on to his guy and say, well, I was holding my guy. Now he knows he can go get it. And the second thing is we're doing a better job if he does leave to block out, cracking down and taking his man. But to have 9 blocks in a game like this, big time, big time. And then to play the way he did and to run like a gazelle. Did you see him run the court? Oh, my gosh. We're able to run, and your big guy runs and just throw it at the rim. But I was really, I'm proud of him. He's come a long way.
Last question. He actually got me there. Cal.
Yeah, John, how does this freshman class, the progress of this freshman class compare to, you know, your other ones that you've had in the past few years?
Well, the issue, my first year we had Patrick Patterson and a couple veterans. The second year we had Darius Miller and DeAndre Liggins and some freshmen. Josh Harrelson, who hadn't played the year before. The next year we had Terrence, Duran, and Darius. We had 3 really good veterans who were the heart of the team. This is a freshman team. Willie played behind Nerlens until Nerlens got hurt and then wasn't able to, okay? And you got Alex, who's still coming and going. You know, he's not like the guy,